Thank you, Madam Speaker. To the bill.
The bill.
Madam Speaker, I'm asking us to oppose House Bill 2060A. The revenue grab from Main Street businesses and family farms. House Bill 2060A severely restricts small business tax cut passed in 2013 and raises taxes on the smallest of small businesses, those with fewer than 10 employees. Based on LRO's preliminary impacts estimate, 2060A will increase taxes on Oregon-based small businesses between $196 million to $244 million in the current or future biennia. Restricting small business tax cut by employee count just punishes Oregon's smallest businesses in a desperate grab for money, and small businesses had to wait for tax year 2015 to even realize the tax savings agreed to in the grand bargain of 2013. While the state received its revenue immediately, LRO reported that just over 13,000 small business employers took advantage of the small business tax cut starting in the first year it was available. House Bill 2060A states that agriculture and forestry are still eligible to take the lower small business tax rates. However, the bill adds new criteria that effectively eliminates small business tax cuts for the ag sector. 2060A increases taxes on seasonal farms and logging businesses by requiring that these family businesses have 10 plus employees every single pay period. And House Bill 2060A increases taxes on family farms with a new requirement that 10 employees each work 1,200 hours in a year. House Bill 2060A unduly burdens small pass-through businesses organized as S corporations and LLCs who have worked all session to stop this type of shift into the back of small businesses. And House Bill 2060A in the long run does nothing to address the state's long-term structural budget deficit because real cost control still has not happened. I know that my email has blown up over the last 24 hours from chambers of commerce and others who are weighing in. I can tell you that in McMinnville, 76% of the chamber members are small businesses under 10 employees. In Hillsborough, that number is 83%. In Newburgh, it's 91%. In Hillsborough, they predict that 3,246 small businesses, each with under 10 employees, will be adversely impacted by House Bill 2060. I received a letter from Tigard. The Tigard Chamber of Commerce says that on behalf of their 300-member businesses oppose 2060A. In Tualatin, the Chamber of Commerce represents 430 businesses that employ over half of the city's workforce, with almost 80% classified as small businesses. Small businesses are the backbone of the community of Tualatin, and they provide local jobs and give their time, talents, and treasures to the community. They go on to say that House Bill 2060A will increase taxes on 10,000 small businesses with income below $500,000. These are the smallest of Oregon Main Street businesses, and to date, the legislature has chosen to tax small businesses as its primary source of new revenue. We passed House Bill 2391 from this floor, a $145 million health insurance premium tax on small businesses. That combined with House Bill 2060 is a $341 million new tax on small businesses. The Chamber of Silverton says that they are proud to represent 240 businesses in the small city of Silverton and over 2,800 employees in the valley. House Bill 2060 will increase taxes on them as well. They are the smallest of the Main Street businesses, and in a community like Silverton, this would devastate the small business climate in their community. Not only does it deal with small businesses, it also deals with and hurts manufacturing and agriculture. And I find that ironic that in a time when a major part of debate on this session has been to CTE, vocational training, and apprenticeships, EC&C Incorporated, a manufacturing firm in McMinnville, writes that they're a 5-year-old company. They employ 17 people with an average wage of $45,000 per year.
Excuse me, Representative. Representative Esquivel yields his time. Please continue.
Thank you, Representative. And Madam Speaker, the company doesn't turn much in the way of profits. The proposed sales tax, however, and other proposed taxes would be detrimental. He writes, Dave Edelman writes, that he's been scrambling to figure out how he can afford to stay in Oregon. He strongly feels that Oregon needs to learn how to manage the money it generates from taxes better. Small businesses are not a piggy bank that they can rob from constantly. And in Hillsborough, Bob Grover, president of Pacific Landscape Management, states the same thing, that he's trying to work hard. And then again, we passed a bill on the floor this year dealing with landscapers and their ability actually as small businesses to start up in a limited way. And again, we want to tax those people. Closer to home for me, McMinnville over the last several years has received several awards as the best and most beautiful Main Street. And I know that many of my colleagues here will probably argue that. However, Parade Magazine says it's so. Over 67% of the businesses located on that Main Street employ 10 or fewer people. Businesses owned by Lucetta Elmer at Union Block Coffee House, who employs 7 people, or The Oak, which employs 10 people. Nick's Italian Cafe, world-renowned, they employ 8 people. Nick, by the way, is turning the business over to his daughter, Carmen. Mr. and Mrs. John Heiser, owning Heiser Farm and Pumpkin Patch, which every fall is a great, great destination for a lot of people in the Valley. And then other businesses, like in Lafayette, the People's Market, or Carlton and Carlton Bakery, Trask Mountain Outpost in Yamhill, the Fast Stop Market, or Hilda's Treasures in Dundee. We go out to Farmington and the Cruise Inn Country Diner, which I know is a popular and a favorite with a lot of people in the Valley. Out to Shoals, there's Petrick's General Store. In 2013, we saw a need. We needed jobs. We just went through a very difficult time in the recession. Unemployment was up, economic development was down, and we needed to encourage entrepreneurship. We needed to encourage people to take risks and follow their dreams. We needed to encourage Mr. and Mrs. Smith to hang a shingle, provide for their family, and maybe grow enough in their business to hire a few employees so they also could provide for their families. We can debate, and I understand the debate on a gross receipts tax and the economic theories involved on the different sides and what that does to our economy and how that can benefit or hurt different people. But I'm not aware of any economic theory that says identify the smallest of the small and tax them. It sounds more like what used to happen in the feudal system, where kings and rulers would stand in the marble palace and hurt the people that provide the base for our economy. I strongly urge a no vote on this bill and ask that we not gut Main Street. Thank you, Madam Speaker.